What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with my 1987 Buick Grand National. This car was a hard sell, but ultimately I did end up selling it. And I'm sure you guys are wondering, how much did I lose on it? Because I paid $24,000 for this car. Chances are I lost a lot. But before we get into the Grand National, I've got somebody that's supposed to be coming this Saturday to pick up my 1989 Mustang LX, the Fox Body 5.0, that's right. Brand new engine, flywheel, pressure plate, underdrive pulleys, belts, hoses, radiator, cooling system. Basically, half of everything under the hood of this car is brand spanking new. I've got both of them sitting here running. I've got a 1993 Mustang GT, the Fox Body, last generation Fox Body, convertible GT, both manual transmissions, of course, both 5.0s, and they're just sitting here, man, they're just sitting here purring, absolutely purring. So this car actually is my own personal car, and there is a difference because this car belongs to my dealership, and even though I own the dealership, it's a company's car, right? This car actually belongs to me personally, and listen to both of them. They're both just beautiful. Beautiful. I've had the hardest time deciding which one of these I wanted to keep and which one of these I wanted to sell. And ultimately I decided I'm going to sell both of them. And this one hopefully is gone this Saturday. There's a gentleman coming from out of state. He's coming from a pretty good distance to buy this car, so long as it's what he expects it to be. And I've showed you guys the good, the bad, the ugly on YouTube. So hopefully whoever's interested in coming to get this, well, they should know exactly what they're getting. We're going to go ahead and shut these down. I've got them running because it has been, well, I've been gone and just got back. These cars haven't run for about a week. It has been below freezing. I'm talking single digits, windshields that are ridiculously cold. And I decided to come out here and just fire up these two beasts. And we're about to fire up the Grand National as well, because it is on its way out. In fact, the shipping company should be coming to get it anytime now. I don't know what I'm going to get out of this one, to be honest with you, but this one's going to be going up on the chopping block very soon. In fact, all of these are. Every single one of these going to be going up for sale soon. May hold on. I'm so indecisive, but maybe I'll hold on to the 25th Trans Am a little bit, or you know what, probably not. Probably not. I think this is going to be going up pretty soon. I've got somebody that's interested in my GMC. Is it the Savannah? I can't remember the name of this. A GMC Savannah, GMC Regency, whatever the heck it is. My conversion van. I've got somebody interested in this. The engine for this is coming today. I know we keep saying that it's coming, and well, it hasn't shown up yet. But there is a video on Spitting Performance's website of the actual build, where they shout me out. They tell you that this engine is built for my car. They give you the dyno numbers, and you actually get to watch them hand build the engine. When that engine arrives, I'm going to be doing a dedicated video to the engine. Same thing with the transmission showing up, and I'll definitely link that video for you guys to see if you're interested in seeing the engine being built for this car. I actually put a link below this video too, so you can check it out. So this one's not going anywhere. This one is already listed for sale. This one's been a hard sell. This one's not ready yet. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it other than I just got back from a 1,400 mile drive. This has got to get cleaned up a lot. That one's going. That one is staying. Another one that I'm having a hard time selling is, you guessed it, the 1973 Ford Mustang. This one's, it's not doing well. You guys know that I sell almost everything exclusively at Copart. Almost everything. Not everything, but almost. And when it comes to something like this, these are hit or miss on Copart. I'm probably going to have to send this to a dealer auction very soon. Copart has relisted this. It got up to like $8,900, and that's it. And I'm sorry, guys, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to let this car go for $8,900. Literally, new tires, everything works, no rust, all the lights and signals, horn, heater, all the gauges, everything works on this car. And if I remember right, I don't remember what I paid, $10,000, $12,000 for this? So there's absolutely no way. There's no way I'm gonna let this thing slide out of here for $8,900. There it is. There it is. Oh, man. These cars just end up sitting out here for so long, guys. God, listen to that. All right. Yeah, I know. It's another one I don't really want to let go of, but just no reason to keep all of these cars. It's a new year. It's time to buy new cars. And I've got my eye on some, some slightly broken Mercedes. Those videos always seem to do really well. So, yeah, I'm looking at, I think it's a 2018 or a 2019 S450. It's got something wrong with it, and I guess we'd have to figure that out. I'm also looking at I think it's a 2017 E550. Again, something wrong with it. It's going to have to get figured out. But before I could start buying some of these higher-end, high-dollar cars, well, we got to remove some of these from our fleet. So, another one that I've had such a hard time deciding on is this one, the 94 Chevy 1500 with the 383 Blueprint engine and the 700 R4, the 373 gears, lower 20-inch wheels, JBL audio system. This thing is really nice. I mean, a really nice truck. I paid 10 grand for it. I don't know what I'm going to be willing to let it go for, but here's the deal, guys. I'm going to end up letting just about everything that I own out here go, because it is time to start building the Monte Carlo. It's also time to purchase some new content, and I think we're going to steer away from the 80s and the 90s for a while. As you can see, I own an entire fleet of vehicles from the 80s and the 90s. So I think it's about time to move on to something else. So today we're saying goodbye to the Grand National. It's a little dirty. I left it outside in the snow and the ice, and I do apologize for all that noise, guys. This house is in front of it seems to be a pretty busy highway. I mean, in town it's not really a highway, but it is a highway. As soon as you get down there, it's a highway, and just a little bit down there, it's a highway. And people tend to speed through here regardless. So, yeah, I left it outside. I had to take a trip with Monkey Wrench Mike up to Terre Haute, Indiana, and I just left everything outdoors. So this car, look how filthy it is. I mean, I know some of you are going to be like, unbelievable you could do that. I paid $24,000 for this car. It's kind of been problematic for me. Anyway, this one's kind of been a headache for me. Now, here's the good news. It's running again. It's running, and it has been for quite a while now. I don't know if I updated you guys in a video or not, but in case you didn't know, it is running really well right now. So I decided now is an excellent time to sell it. And the crazy thing is, I didn't do anything to it. Like, I put it back together the way it was with the old mass airflow sensor, the old air filter. I just put it back together and it started running fine. So how that happened, I don't know. I don't know. I've got the ScanMaster 2 sitting on the dash there. You guys may remember we did some work with Curbin Performance. They hooked us up with a couple of wheels for a sponsorship. And everything else I paid for. And the crazy thing is the people over there at Curbin Performance said that they wanted to buy it. You know, for God, it's been weeks. For weeks, the person I've been texting has been telling me, like, they want to buy this car. They're interested in this car. And then they disappear for a week. And then they come back and they're like, hey, you still got the car? Want to buy it? And then I'm like, yeah, here it is. Here's the VIN number, and here's a Carfax report, and then they disappear again. You don't hear anything else from them. So I don't know what is going on there. It's been very inconsistent. The communication has been lacking, and I'm done. I'm finished with it. It is what it is. This car is down the road. So as you can see, I put everything back to the way it was. Now we're going to fire it up because it's cold out here, guys. I'm literally freezing out here today, but you'll see what I mean. It starts right up. It runs great. Let's see why it started running good. I couldn't tell you. I did nothing to it. I've done nothing to this car. I just put it back to the way it's supposed to be, you know, put all the old stuff back on it, and it started running a whole lot better. Listen to her purr. So somebody got themselves a really good car. Because I'm going to tell you right now, go look around. And by the way, this is a clean title. This is not a salvaged title. It was a theft recovery back in like 1997, something like that, 1993, something like that. This thing was stolen, but it was recovered, and it is not a salvage title. It still holds a clean title. Look at the way it's running. I mean, just take a look at this. For a Grand National, it is running really, really smooth. What a great old car. I haven't taken this thing out on the road in a while. It spends its days just sitting out here in the snow and the ice, which doesn't seem to have affected anything. Everything is melted now. It's finally starting to warm up, but you can see the inside looks really good. It doesn't leak. You can leave it out in the rain and everything. You don't have to stress over water getting in here and, you know, it becoming a very wet car. I guess we can take it for a quick spin, and then I can tell you how much I sold it for. Oh, I pushed the brake and the brake light didn't come on. It figures, doesn't it? The brake light will come back on, I'm sure. It figures, man. When you're ready to sell a car, you just had enough headaches with it and you're done. That's when everything starts working, you know? Look, I'm pushing the brakes. No brake light. Look, I'll do it again. No brake light. Nothing. Just so you can see that I'm actually moving, right? I'm going to come out of here. Oh, that's a big bump. All right, now look, I'm going to hit the brakes. Ready? We're moving. See? Let me get way back. You should see the brake light come on if there's a brake light. Look, no brake light. And we are at a stop. Really? Oh, uh-oh. There she is braking up. See? I knew it was too good to be true. Yeah. There it goes. She's still breaking up. Okay, well, it started running great. The brake light is still not on. I'm on the brakes. I'm slowing down right now. See, we're coming to a complete stop. So the brake light is out. So, I mean, that's good news. Yeah, as I try to accelerate, it starts cutting out, and then it picks up, and then it's running perfect again. Such a confusing car. It truly is. We're going to flip it around. I'm glad the brakes seem to be in good shape. They're doing all right. I don't know what that guy's sitting there for, staring. Oh, the tires got loose. The tires got loose on it. Okay. You know, it has been sitting for a while, and it's not warmed up. I just came out here and literally fired it up right in front of you guys. So, let's take it on a little ride. This is our final drive in this car. The the tow company, the shipping company is on their way for it. So this thing is gone, man. We're gonna wait till we get out of town. As you can see, the speed limit's 45. I don't know if you can even see the speedometer with all this light in here, but I'm going 41. So I'm doing under the speed limit. We're passing by the guy that likes to throw things. So I'm 39 miles an hour. All right, 41. And as soon as we cross his house, the speed limit goes up to 55. You'll see what I mean right up here. And I'm going to just get on it just a little bit. We're at 41 again. And here we hear that. Oh, wow. Wow. That's 60. That was... Oh, she's happy. Oh, there she goes backfiring again. And then it cleans up. I don't get it. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see the speedometer or not on this, but I'm going to slow it down a little bit, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of gas. All right, you ready? Here we go. Let's give her some throttle, and there's boost. Oh, she backfired. Oh, she's really backfiring. I don't know, man. No check engine light either. That's the worst part of these. Oh, and there it is into boost again. Wow. Oh, she's moving now. She's moving now. Yeah. Oh, I got no seatbelt on either. Wow. Anyway, we're cruising about 67, 69, 71. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is we are just cruising down the road here. So while it does still have a quirk or two to be worked out, overall, It's a car you can get in and you can drive. It's comfortable. It's been reliable. I've put a lot of miles on this car before I got some new toys and ended up just parking it and basically leaving it alone. I haven't done anything else to it or with it. So I think somebody's getting a great car. So what did I sell it for, right? That's what everybody wants to know. How much money did I lose on the Grand National? Well, I got great news for all of you. I didn't lose a dime on the Grand National. Not a dime. I sold this car on Copart for over $26,000, and they've already paid for it. The car is bought, paid for. Shipping company is on their way to pick it up right now. So it's a done deal. $26,000 and like $600, I think, is what it was. So my cut, if you're wondering from all of that, should be somewhere around $25-ish thousand. Hold on, let me pull up my app and I can actually look and find out exactly what they're paying me. So I was wrong on what I sold it for. I mean, I wasn't too far off, but I sold it for $26,250, and Copart charged me $495. So that's it. So I came out with what, $25,750 out of this car. Not bad at all, in my opinion. I'm happy that this car is sold and we can use the money to move into something else. Like I said, I think we're going to do another Mercedes, mainly because my Mercedes videos tend to do really well. I don't know why. Mercedes really, they aren't my thing per se, but people seem to enjoy it when I take them on and I risk, bankruptcy, basically. One S-Class can be the difference between, making money or going out of business. It's a pretty risky deal. A newer S-Class, those are typically around $35,000 or so, $35,000. That's a lot to, there's a lot to put on the line for a car that has something wrong with it. You know what I mean? And you have to wonder, like, what band-aids have other dealers or other consumers put into the car to try to get out of it. You just never know. Anyway, moving on. The car seems to be running a whole lot better now. It's warmed up, and you can see we get down the highway just fine. Getting into boost, we'll get some speed up. There's that boost light right there. No spitting, no sputting. It didn't cut out at all. Very smooth. It's temperamental. That's what it really comes down to. I would have loved to have finished working on it, figuring out what was going on, but I'm going to tell you right now, part of the reason I decided not to is because the parts are just too expensive for this car. They're relatively hard to find. There's only a few places that sell parts that you would want to buy for this. This is not a car that I'd want to buy parts off Amazon for. You know what I mean? And the places that have the parts for these, they know what they are and they know what they're worth. And they know you can't get a lot of them anymore. So they can pretty well charge whatever they want, which makes it kind of sketchy. This is not a car that I would want to take on a road trip, because if something breaks, you are about 50-50 between finding the part at a parts store and not being able to find it at all. It's too risky. It's just too risky for my taste, and that's why I decided to let it go. I know a lot of you are really upset about it. You wanted to see me continue with the car, and believe me, I would have really loved to. I don't have the time, I don't have the patience, and quite honestly, I am not willing to spend the money to get this car taken care of. So down the road it goes. It's on its way to its new home. If I'm here when the truck picks it up, I'll be happy to share that video footage with you guys, but chances are I'm just going to put the keys in the lockbox and I'm going to head back to the house. I've got a truck and a trailer. I got to load up some stuff and move some things around, so I don't have all day to be sitting here. On top of that, I just got notified that I am a grandfather for the third time. Yes, my daughter just had her third child, a baby boy, at 12:05, I believe, 12:05, 12:06 this afternoon. She just had him. She was in labor for 6 hours, and he is a good size, 7-pound, healthy baby boy. A grandfather 3 times over. I can't even believe it, guys. I'm so happy. This was already a great day. Now it's the best day ever. Well, Of course, the car made it back with no issue. I'm hitting the brakes and still no brake light on the dash. So that, you know, that's nice. That's nice. I'm gonna park it right back where I got it from, right here, and she'll be ready to go when the tow company comes to pick her up. I am gonna miss this car. It is a very unique car. It's definitely not something that you see rolling around every day. It's a beautiful car, even filthy. It's a damn good looking car, and I don't care what anybody says. I think the only wheels that belong on this car are these wheels right here. Either the factory Grand National wheels or these replicas. They just look, I mean, they're right to the car. I don't think there's anything else that compares to the original looking wheels on a Grand National. The black with the dark tinted windows and the black accents in those brushed aluminum wheels, freaking phenomenal, man. I don't know who got this. All I know is it was a broker, so somebody was probably bidding on this through a broker is my guess. I don't know if it's a subscriber. I have no idea. I just wanted to make sure I made one more video of the car because literally it is leaving today. I'm going to show you guys. It is the 17th. Hopefully that comes out. I can't see if it is or not, but it's the 17th of January 2024. Today's the day the shipper is coming down, or Copart, I should say, is coming down to grab this car up and take it out of here. I wanted to make sure on the last day, just in case there's any issues with the shipping company, I want to cover myself. You guys saw it. We did a walk around. You've seen the outside, the inside, under the hood. We've taken it for a test drive. It runs, it drives, everything is the way it's supposed to be. So if anything happens, well, we've got our bases covered. And whoever it is that won this, I hope you enjoy it, man. And if you figure out what's causing the breaking up from time to time, please definitely let me know. Leave a comment below the video, or you can email me, autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com. So before we conclude the video, we're going to do one last kind of quick walkthrough of the car. Is the 88 Chevy Cavalier Z24. I'm actually planning on bringing, I've been daily driving my Tesla for weeks now, and I'm actually planning on bringing it down here and swapping it out maybe for this one and daily driving this, because as long as I have the Tesla at the house, I'm not going to drive anything else for a while. I'm just madly in love with my 2013 P85. I cannot stop driving it, and it's so cheap to charge at the house. It's like the best gas mileage car of anything that I've ever had when you're charging at home, not at a supercharge. But if you can charge it at home, it costs you almost nothing, like $10 every 2 days. Literally $10 maybe every 2 days if you drive as much as I do. Now, I put a lot of miles on my cars, guys, so I want to start driving the Z24, but I'm going to have to stick the Tesla down here so I don't have it. This one, I'm not interested in it. I bought this car strictly for a video. This car I paid $9,800 for. This car was $3,000. So there you go. $9,800 for this car. The Tesla P85, I ended up paying $7,800 for that. And this one I paid $9,800 for. It's got, I think, 94,000 miles on the odometer now because of the road trip to Indiana and back. Car is great. No issues, no problems. It's a perfect car. Just not something that I'm going to drive on the regular. Obviously, the Grand National is gone. This one is up for sale, but this is another one we're having trouble selling. I've been trying to get around $5,500 for it, and I think the best I got was $36, and I'm not going to let it go for $36. So we'll have to figure something else out with this car. I don't know. Either hold on to it or send it to another auction is most likely what's going to happen. Oh no! I just realized this. My Monte Carlo SS has a flat. What? Oh man! I must have run over something. That sucks. Well, thankfully, I've got a new set of wheels and tires for this. These are not what I'm going to be using. I may take these in and get these refinished, but these tires are really, I mean, these are old tires, and I took this thing like, I don't know, 80 miles. So, yeah, probably a good idea to just replace those anyway. I may take these wheels in, get them refinished, and I might use these on the Power Tour. I've already signed up, already got my tickets for Power Tour 2024. The hotels are already booked. So Monkey Wrench Mike and I are going. But man, you guys tell me, the factory wheels on the Monte Carlo SS or the new 5 stars that I got in the garage? I really think the chrome 5 stars are going to look pretty good on it. The truck, as I said, this would, and you know, I paid what, 10 grand for this? 11, 10, no more than 11. I paid either 10 or 11 for this one, and this one I paid too much for. I know for a fact I paid like 45 plus another 15 to ship this car, so I'm going to lose on that one. The 94 Chevy Silverado, you guys know I paid 10 grand for it, and there's at least $15,000 under the hood, like a minimum of $15,000 under the hood when it comes to the rear differential, the transmission, the engine, the accessory kit, the pulley drive system on it, the serpentine belt drive system, the vintage air conditioning. Like this truck's got a lot in it. I really don't know what I'm going to be looking for on this one. I guess I'm just going to send it to auction. I'll put it in Copart first, and we'll see how it does. This van right here I got for $2,800. I put a set of tires on it. I had the headlights cleaned. I put a window in it, and it's got a new transmission. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I got underneath it and realized it's got a fresh transmission. Transmission has fresh paint on it. It looks brand new. The fluid is very clean. So this one, I don't know. I'm thinking around 55 is what I'm going to ask for this one, and I think that's a pretty good deal. This Mustang GT right here, it's the 93. I don't remember what I paid for, but I keep thinking it was like, I don't know, $7,000 or so. Sorry, I had to take that call. My new engine from Smitting Performance is actually right down the street. They were supposed to call me an hour ahead of time. They called me about 15 minutes ahead of time. So yeah, anyway, the 93, I think I paid somewhere around 10 grand for it. I think that's all I want out of it. I do. I think I'm going to send it to auction. If I can get 10 grand out of it, then great. This one right here is my 89 Fox body. I paid $2,500 for this with a new engine. We put some coils on it, and then we redid some of the stuff under the hood, some wiring and the fans and the aftermarket radiator and the aftermarket MSD ignition. We just ripped all of that stuff out and went back stock on it. Put a tune on it from Bama, and that's it. So I don't have much more than $2,500. I probably got $3,000 or so into this car, and hopefully, if the guy shows up, the last guy stood me up, but if this guy actually shows up, we're looking at $7,000 on this car this weekend. Then, of course, this is one that seems to have a lot of debate. I get a lot of people getting a hold of me, asking me how much I want for this, and I got a price in mind, and I just don't think I'm willing to deviate from it at all. I paid $6,000, $6,500, $6,600, somewhere around there for it. This is my 94 Trans Am 25th Anniversary Edition, and this is not... Not every Trans Am in 1994 is an anniversary edition. That's a very common misconception. There were only 2,000 of these ever made. The 94 is the 25th anniversary, and there's only 2,000 of them ever made. This has a clean title, but it was listed as structural damage. So that's throwing a lot of people off, because how does it have a clean title, but it also has structural damage? Well, I found out why it has structural damage, because one of the people that listed this car for sale at Manheim got a hold of me, and they explained it. What they found is that there has been paint work on this quarter panel, and as I started, and I know that they're the people that sold it because I saw what they're talking about. Look right here, you see some of this paintwork that's peeling, or clear coat that's peeling? It's peeling there, and it's also peeling right here. So there was paintwork on this quarter panel, but there's no structural damage. I've been through this car. I haven't seen anything wrong with it. Well, Manheim, I guess, when they saw paintwork on the quarter panel, they decided to list it as structural damage because something had happened to the quarter panel at some point in time. The gentleman that told me this said that this is a common thing that Manheim does, and it's very unfortunate because a lot of cars that don't actually have any structural damage get listed permanently on Carfax as structural damage. To get that off your Carfax record, I think you have to hire a company that reports to Carfax, and they'll give you a report. They'll go over the car from front to bottom, or from front to back, top to bottom, and they'll clear the car, and then once you submit that to Carfax, you should be able to get it removed. But there's no way that this car should bring any less than $6,000. It is in, well, it's locked. I need to clean it up, obviously, but the car itself is in really good mechanical condition. It's a good driver quality car. It's not a show quality car, but it looks really, really good. So that's what I'm going to be asking for it. And I've had several people, dealers, believe it or not, I've had dealers contact me wanting this car, but none of them want to pay anywhere near what I want for it. I had one dealer offer me like $3,300, and I just laughed. No, man. No, I can't do $3,300 on something like that. This car right here, my 1987 Nissan BE1, I don't know if I'm going to do anything to this car, to be honest with you. I don't know if I want to spend any more money on it. I've got something like $3,500 into it, plus shipping was probably another $1,000. So I probably got $4,500 into this car. This is one that I'd be happy to let go for like $3,500. It's a great entry-level K car. I think is what they call it. It's a K10 if I remember right. You know, 51 horsepower. It runs, it drives, manual transmission, front wheel drive. It's an interesting little right-hand drive manual transmission car that could be a lot of fun for somebody to play with. This just isn't something that I see myself really going in on. It was fun, it was quirky, and that's all it was, and that's all it was ever meant to be. So, I don't know. I think about $3,500 I would let this one go. And of course, I told you the 73 Mustang, I really want $13,000 out of that. The car is worth every penny, and I don't think I'm going to let it go for anything less. So that should wrap up the video on the Grand National, what I sold it for, how much I had into it, and all the other cars. Remember, currently there's only 2 for sale on Copart where you guys can currently bid, and that is the 91 Formula and the 73 Mustang. Now, with that said, if you're interested in bidding on the Mustang or the 91 Firebird, I will put links below this video. You can go check them out. And any other car that you might be interested in, you can always email me, autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com, or you can wait for me to put them all on Copart, because every one of these ends up on Copart's website, and I do that so that you, the viewers, have an opportunity to bid on my cars and win one of them for yourself. If they don't sell through Copart, I then send them on to the dealer auction, and believe it or not, 9 times out of 10, they bring more money at the dealer auction than they bring at Copart. So I do it strictly to give you guys an opportunity to bid on them and win them, because it's rare that you get to see a car start to finish on YouTube. You know what it is, you know what's been done to it, you know exactly what you're getting. That almost never happens. So this is my way of trying to let you guys get in on some of the fun and some of the action. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Drop your comments down below. You can email me at autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.